Hello viewers, welcome to Beyond the Shift Talk Show. I am your host, Grace Wanjohi. So today we are talking about self-care. What is self-care? Self-care is a learned behavior through which individuals actively take care of themselves, and this includes the area of their psychological health, their professional well-being, their relational and emotional well-being, and even their social well-being. For the helping professions, it's an ethical requirement that should be taught throughout training and even into working as a professional. Lack of self-care is related to poor service quality to the clients. So that is why it is a requirement, so that we maintain our health throughout, during training and even working as a professional. So the personal benefits include remaining healthy, while the professional benefits include being emotionally and psychologically present with your patient or with your clients. People in helping professions often prioritize their clients' well-being and their emotional care over their own. This ultimately leads to compassion fatigue and burnout, which will interpret to poor health outcomes for the same clients you want to take care of. If you're not taking care of yourself, then automatically you're going to suffer compassion fatigue and burnout, and this will affect the care that you're giving to your clients. So the first type of self-care is personal. We are dividing personal into 4 domains. So there is a physical, social, spiritual, and emotional. Personal self-care also means individual coping strategies. How are you protecting yourself from burnout, from psychological distress associated with your work in the helping professions? So these are things like adequate sleep, the right nutrition, taking enough water, having a sense of humor, having regular exercises. It doesn't have to be so straining. You don't have to go to the gym. You could just take a walk. You could skip a rope in your house. All these are part of physical self-care. Also do health checks. That is part of physical. You are taking care of your body. In many organizations, there is a medical cover that is given to staff, but it has been identified that many do not use that until they are sick. So you can do regular health check. Check your pressure, check your blood sugar, check your liver, check your lungs. You don't have to wait until you are sick to go to hospital. You can do that maybe annually if there is no high risk of disease. That is part of physical self-care. So at the social level, this is about relationships, interpersonal relationships. How are you relating with the people around you? How are you relating with your family, with your peers, with your colleagues at work, with your friends out there, and the society at large? We are social beings. And so we need to socialize, to get to know each other, to support each other. Are you cooperating with the people around you? Do people around your neighborhood know you? When you have a problem, someone will come looking for you. I have not seen you around for some time. What is happening? Are you okay? Your family, are you in touch? Are you able to call them regularly and find out how they are doing, those who are not with you in your house? So that is the social self-care. There is spiritual self-care. We all need to believe in a higher being than us. So feed your spirit man, maybe through prayers, through worship, attending regular church service. For those who are Muslims, attending, going to the mosque, just communicating with your God keeps you in check. You are able to deal with some of this psychological distress by just believing in a higher being who is able, who can do what you are not able to do, who can help you cope where you cannot be able to cope. What about at the emotional level? At the emotional level, we are talking about our feelings. Are you in touch with your feelings? Are you able to say, today I feel sad, today I feel happy, today I feel excited? Be in touch with your feelings. In psychology, we encourage something we call journaling of feelings. If there is something that happened at work, journal it down so that you are able to concentrate on the feelings. This and this happened at work. I felt excited, I felt appreciated, I felt valued. So concentrate on the feelings in your day-to-day happenings. Keep a journal, and this one is able to tell you if you are drifting away, or if most of the day you're talking about sadness. This will tell you, I'm not okay. There's some degree of psychological distress. Seek help. Seek help when you feel that you are psychologically distressed. Be good to yourself. Be fair to yourself. If you make a mistake, do not beat yourself so hard. Admit, today I made a mistake. This is not what I should have done. I should have done it this way, but tomorrow I'll try. I will do better tomorrow. So that is self-compassion. Appreciate yourself. Pick out the good that you did. Don't concentrate on your failures. If you concentrate on your failures, you're going to evaluate yourself negatively. Seek for help when you find there's a problem. Have what we have gratitude exercises. Write down the things you're grateful for on a daily basis. I'm grateful for the qualities that I have that enable me to work, interact well with others, and so on and so on. By doing this, you will be able to evaluate yourself positively rather than always judging yourself negatively, and this will cause psychological distress. So these are some of the things we can do at the personal level of self-care. So under professional self-care, we are talking about things like self-education and self-development. So we said you cannot survive on the basic training that you got at the initial start of your career. So to take care of yourself well, you need to self-educate. You need to self-develop yourself. Attend trainings. Learn what we call on-job training. You are working, yes, but you're still going to school because the fields we work in are dynamic. Medicine is very dynamic. There is a drug we are using today, but 5 years down the line, after research, maybe it's going to be withdrawn because of potential maybe side effects. So if you're going to rely on what you learned many years ago, you are going to find that you'll be left behind. In the workshops, you meet with colleagues, you share what is happening in the profession, what is changing. The continuous learning makes you feel confident even as you carry out your work. And this mitigates against burnout and compassion fatigue. Other things include good interpersonal relationship with colleagues, so that at the workplace you are not anxious, you are interacting well from one department to the other. In this way, you can be able to share information from one department to the other, from one colleague to the other. This one helps you, and it's a kind of self-care because you are confident at your work and you are working as a team. When you work as a team, a strong team, you are able to avoid stress at workplace and burnout. Another thing you can do at the professional level is belong to a professional group where you meet, interact, where you share information, where you check on each other, what is happening, what is new in the field. And this one also helps in professional self-care. Yeah, at the professional level, in the field of counseling, there is regular supervision. This could be peer supervision, or it could be group supervision, where you meet as a group, share your challenges, the cases you've been handling that have impacted on you emotionally. And when you discuss with colleagues, when you discuss with a supervisor who is above you, they are able to help you and guide you so that your work does not become emotionally draining. There is also a cognitive awareness. There needs to be that awareness of burnout and stress-related disorders among the helping professions. You have to be alert always. Where am I going with this? What is happening to me? Have I dealt with the emotions that came to me 1 month ago? Have I been able to deal with that issue? Maybe you have witnessed a disaster. Maybe you have handled clients. As a healthcare worker, have you dealt with those emotions? Or you are going to keep them in and then they will present later as post-traumatic stress disorder or nightmares. So it is good to have cognitive awareness of the risk of burnout and compassion fatigue and all those stress-related disorders associated with helping professions. There's what we talked about in the previous talk shows about psychological briefing. This should be so regular, even twice a week, even daily if it is possible, where people meet, sit down in a circle and say what is happening to their life at that particular moment, professionally, so that even as people start work, your colleagues are aware of what is happening in your life. They are able to support you. They are able to understand you. When you say you cannot handle this kind of client, they are able to understand you. So that is psychological debriefing, which is also part of professional self-care. Another thing is work-life balance. This one we'll keep on talking about. Make sure you are at work when you're supposed to be at work. Don't carry work issues home. So finish your work, balance your work so that it does not affect your other relationship, the social, with your family, with peers, so that there's some balance. That when you leave work, there is somewhere else you are going, and when you go there, you are not emotionally drained because you are not carrying work with you. Once you leave work, you leave the issues of work at work. And when you go home, you deal with the home issues. Again, at home, sort out the issues at home so that when you come to work, they are not affecting you. And we said that in case you find that you are unable to keep that work-life balance because of challenges that will come along our working life, seek help through mental health support, that is the area of counseling, by talking to your supervisor, to change shifts or change your working station. Maybe you are going through so much and your section demands that you do a lot of emotional engagement. If you are not able to handle that, you can be temporarily changed to a lesser demanding section. So that is what can be done at the professional level for professional healthcare. The third type of self-care is psychological. What does this mean? Psychological self-care means be positive, have positive thinking, avoid negativity, be fair to yourself, be compassionate to yourself. There's something called self-compassion that we'll be talking about in another talk show. It means being good to yourself. If self-care is doing good things to yourself, self-compassion is being good to yourself. So be good to yourself, have emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? It is self-awareness of your emotions, self-regulations of your emotions. So you know I'm happy, I'm feeling sad. In psychology, we really emphasize on feelings. What are you feeling at a particular time? So be aware of your emotions. Am I bored? Do I have energy? That is why I said that professionally, stop taking in extra shifts. If your body tells you it is tired, it is tired. So at the psychological level, have self-awareness of your emotions, self-regulation, regulate your emotions, manage those emotions. So doing what your mind and your body is telling you. If it tells you it's tired, please rest. If it tells you I have a lot of energy, do something. Go to the gym, run around, spend that energy. And finally, being able to manage the emotions of others. So that is what we call emotional intelligence. Have a positive outlook to your work. View your work as a positive environment. If you leave your house with a negative attitude towards your workplace, you are likely to be drained faster than someone who comes with a positive mind to work. I don't know what the day holds because our field is full of uncertainty. You don't know what you are going to meet on a particular day. So if you come with a negative attitude, if you come drained from home, and then you meet challenges that are emotionally draining, that one is going to affect you psychologically. And so we are emphasizing on a positive work environment so that this manages your psychological distress that may arise at the workplace. So what are the challenges to having a self-care plan? One of the challenges could be time. If you don't create time, and this one now it's you to create, because I think time will never be enough for all the things that we have. So lack of time. Many people will say, I don't have time to do the things that you have talked about. That is going to the gym, exercising, taking a holiday, going for training, going for workshops. So many people will give the excuse of lack of time. Number two, lack of finances. I don't have money to take a holiday. I don't have money to go sit somewhere, take a cup of coffee. I don't have money to do this and that. I don't have money for training. I have not done self-development since I was employed because I don't have time. I'm paying school fees. I'm taking care of my parents. So that is another challenge. Number three, lack of organizational support. If your organization does not give you like flexible working hours, the issue of time could arise. If it does not support training, and you really want to go for self-education and this self-development, and the organization you work for is not supporting that, sometimes you may find yourself just avoiding because you don't have the finances. So another challenge is lack of self-efficacy. You don't feel like you can do it, so you just avoid it. You don't believe in yourself. Efficacy is about believing in yourself, having a belief that I can be able to do this. So if you lack that belief in yourself, then you're not going to do self-care. Another thing is lack of inclusion in basic training. Most of the people in the medical field can attest to the fact that self-care was not taught, either as a subject or it was not mentioned that you need to take care of yourself. We are taught to take care of others, to reduce their pain, to take care of them physically, emotionally, but we were never taught how to take care of ourselves. So I would like to advocate at this point that in basic training, people should be taught about self-care, so that even as they are taking care of their clients, their patients, they don't forget themselves. They don't lose themselves in the care of their patients. So that is a big challenge especially in our healthcare system, that we are not taught to take care of ourselves, to prioritize our own feelings, our own needs. We are taught to prioritize the client needs. So those are some of the challenges affecting self-care. So why do self-care? Self-care improves the patient's care and outcomes. Number two, it prevents burnout and compassion fatigue. And number three, it's an ethical requirement, especially in the field of psychology. Self-care is not an option. So I would want to urge all the people in helping professions to take up self-care, not as an option, but as a requirement. Love yourself, take care of yourself, because you cannot give what you do not have. You're only able to take care of other person's needs or emotions when you have taken care of your own. So this is a call to all the people in helping professions to make self-care a priority. So I want to thank you for listening to me, and I pray that this talk show will help you make a plan for how you take care of yourself on a daily basis. Have a journal where you can journal your feelings and the days happening on a daily basis, so that you see where you are going in your career and you take care of yourself. When you've taken care of yourself, even the client is going to be happy and well taken care of. And you're going to reduce the occurrence of burnout and compassion fatigue, and in that way, mental health issues in your life. I thank you so much. Continue subscribing, sharing, liking, and commenting, so that we can grow as a community and help each other in this work of helping professions. And until the next talk show, I've been your host, Grace Wanjohi. Thank you and bye-bye.